It's the 4th of July, 2024. My name is Joshua, and I'm walking along the shore. I've done that introduction like 3 times. And every single time I walk around a corner and there's people there, and I'm like, God damn it. Yeah, I still feel awkward talking to a camera at 50 years old. Even when I know better. Even when I know I shouldn't give a shit. And it's a self-consciousness that we all share and will be the topic for today's discussion. I'm walking along the shore here, just enjoying this beautiful trip down here with my family to the Columbia River, which you can see parts of here, but it's way bigger than it looks. Mount Hood off in the distance. Gonna crack myself a Ninkasi and then perhaps even enjoy it as I walk along and talk to you about that awkward feeling, that insecurity that we have in public and with talking with other people. Sometimes we have it just even when we're thinking about having to interact with other people. And I know you know what I'm talking about. If you are a type A personality, as they call it, you probably won't get it. And that's fine. This video is not for you. This video is for the people who don't want to make that phone call, and I'm not saying anybody really does want to deal with business, but some people are way better at it. And some people, by default, also are better at interacting with other people. Now, you would think a guy like me who makes YouTube videos, who seems pretty talkative, that when I'm out in public, I would be extremely, I guess, talkative, for lack of a better term. And I'm not. But I'm very friendly. I always ask people how they're doing. I always try to give people common courtesy and respect and really acknowledge them. But I don't like small talk, and I generally feel kind of awkward even having discussions with most people. But the thing is, this quickly wanes, and I start feeling a lot better about the person once I understand who they are, their intentions, and where they're coming from. And I think this is pretty universal, obviously, but check these out. The way these little grass reeds, whatever they are, I guess they look like mini reeds. They're just moving with the water. This is, as I said, the Columbia River, the biggest river west of the Mississippi. And I've lived within 10 miles of this river my whole life. The Willamette River that leads into it. Then there's the Sandy River that's right across the way that also leads into it. And so I grew up in the Portland area as a, I guess, Portlander, right? And it's funny because growing up near the city and in pretty busy schools, I did meet a lot of people, and I met a lot of friends, and I had a lot of interactions. But there's always been this awkward side where it's hard for me to kind of relate to other people. And I guess that's why I'm talking about awkwardness and interacting. It's something that you can overcome. Something I've worked most of my life to overcome without even realizing it. I think that the secret is to believe that you have authority, not over other people, but over yourself and your intentions and your interests. In other words, if you feel a certain way about something, speak up on it. And that's something I've never had a problem with. So my example is, if I'm in a room full of 10 people I don't know, and they all agree something is true and I don't agree, I will speak up. And this is, I guess, one point for, overcoming that fear of being wrong, being different. That maybe I almost pride myself on being different sometimes. That maybe I've almost kind of fallen into that role, but I refuse to be a contrarian. In other words, I'm not gonna be that guy who just disagrees with something because people, have a different opinion. We find this is how many groups form surrounding thinking that something's a lie that is obviously true. Won't go into any of those specifics, but I'm not sure what my message is, but more just to say that I want people out there who feel awkward inside, the people who feel like they don't want to go out in public and what you might call social anxiety, to realize that even the people who you might not think feel that way also feel that way at times, often a lot of the time. And what you think you become. They say you are what you eat, and the truth is you are what you think, because what you think determines what you eat. What you think determines everything. And you really can control your beliefs and emotions. You really can learn to change your perception of things by effort. And the truth is, a lot of folks don't want to make that effort. This is the transmutation. This is the meaning behind alchemy. This is the meaning behind, transmutation. When you hear that term, if you've ever heard that term, it's one of the greatest rewards and discoveries that we could ever find in this life. And there are many people who I guess I would say would be considered adepts, people who are aware of these things and know what I'm talking about, if I were to use various symbols and allegories. But it goes into this arrogant realm of people pretending they know what's true and what's best for others. And what I mean is that meaning of alchemy can seem a little bit arrogant and conceited. It's this transmutation is the ability for a person to completely change lead to gold in their mind. Their thoughts that they have, anything that happens to you, no matter how adverse, no matter how horrific, that you can find that silver lining, that you can discover the hidden message behind it. And I guess that's for each individual to decide. It appears this area I'm in is very shallow. But I'm not. Or maybe I am. I just don't know. You don't have to feel awkward. Sometimes we all do. Just be you.